most of our produce goes to Morgantown, but we also go to 2 markets in Oakland. And then we have our CSA, which is sort of like subscribing to the farm. People sign up at the beginning of the season, and then we deliver them a box of whatever is fresh and ready for 20 weeks throughout the growing season. And then we also sell to some restaurants in Morgantown. So we're really focused on, selling what we grow to the final eater.
I think the average farming age in the United States right now is somewhere between like 67 and 72. At least that was the last census numbers I read. So if farming isn't going to totally be outsourced, and if we're going to be able to continue to create our own food here in this country, then somebody has to take over. My parents moved to the middle of nowhere with no running water, no electricity. They had to hike in and out of their farm like a mile each way. They were surrounded by rattlesnakes and copperheads, and they had me, and my mom washed cloth diapers in a stream. It was like the most extreme version, like they were really removing themselves from society. And I tell people, I'm happy to go to the laundromat. I was happy to, be able to drive in and out of our farm and go to the laundromat. And so I think us kind of playing the middle ground and choosing to have electricity and running water was definitely important for us to be able to kind of sustain being here, and kind of, because it's so much work without all of that added in.
We made the decision that we wanted to go into farming, and that we wanted to do it not as a hobby, but to do it professionally. And so, after our apprenticeship, I guess at that point we decided we were going to get serious, and so we started looking for land, and then we found this place, and then we had a mortgage, and
Steve really drove on us really getting serious fast, because I think a lot of people would have taken a more practical, quote-unquote practical approach to like, okay, now we have this mortgage, maybe one of us will work on the farm and one of us will get an off-farm job, and we'll start small, and we'll kind of, but he really was very focused on getting us here and getting us working and putting our whole hearts into it. This is our 5th season. When we first were here, this was a blank slate. There wasn't anything here on this farm. And
it was a hayfield before.
Yeah, and so we had to start totally from scratch, and we started small. We just did a ½ acre with the 2 of us, and we managed that with just 2 people, but quickly it outgrew the 2 of us, and we realized that if we were really going to be able to make a living here, that we had to grow pretty quickly, and that definitely requires a lot of help. So, and especially now having 2 kids.
I think a lot of our success in the beginning was because we have these, great neighbors who were willing to help us, who, are also growing GMO corn. But now, now we've become good friends with them, and so, we talk about farming a lot, and I don't know, it feels good to me when, they kind of see what we're doing, and I think each year we gain a little bit more acceptance, and there's a lot more that, non-organic and organic farmers have in common than they have different.
That's true. It's so rough not to pick any.
I know, I was like, can't touch it, can't touch it.
Yeah, because I read